Hi, it's Catherine. Welcome back to the Sugar Freedom Kitchen. You can find out more about Sugar Freedom at sugarfreedom.com. Today, it's week 11 of my carnivore diet experiment. I went carnivore almost 12 weeks ago, and I'm just here to give you some results, some tips, strategies, and ideas if you decide to go carnivore. I always like to say it's a demonstration, not a recommendation. Going carnivore, going low carb is powerful. So if you decide to do this, talk to your doctor, especially if you have any health issues. So how's it going? I feel fantastic. One of the best things about going carnivore, one of the things that I was after was better motivation. A number of weeks ago, and I have another video on my channel on the alt sliding scale diet, also another video about dealing with dopamine resistance, symptoms of dopamine resistance. One of them is depression, and another one is a lack of motivation. One of the most exciting things that's happened over the 11 weeks of going carnivore is a return in motivation, enthusiasm, and this willingness to do the things that I love. One of the definitions of depression is a period when the things that normally make you happy just don't sound good anymore. One of the things that really sounded good to me again is I actually started going to church again. I was raised a Catholic. I've been a member of church for years and years, and I left a number of years ago. It was something about, I don't know, I have these fears of other people, tendency to judge myself, a tendency to judge others, and I just walked away from my community. And one of the things that happened is since I've gone carnivore is that my equilibrium seems to have come back. To a certain extent, I'm feeling more easygoing, but I'm also feeling like I want more connections with other people, more connections with nature, and that's one of the reasons I went back. What's really wonderful is that I also rejoined the church choir. I love to sing. I love to act, sing, and dance. One of my greatest frustrations over my entire lifetime has been the fact that as a female actor, the expectation is we were expected to be very, very thin. I was in Los Angeles during the 90s and didn't move up here to the foothills until 2000. The expectation was to work on camera. You had to be very, very, very small and very, very thin. This might be a good time for me to bring up why I'm wearing this black dress. I haven't lost a whole lot of weight over these 11 weeks. It's only been about 3 or 4 pounds, but what I have lost is 2 inches off of my waist, and I am back in one of my size 0 dresses. I know. Size is a vanity thing, isn't it? And actually, this size 0 20 years ago probably would have been a size 6, but it's exciting to be back in this. I may have mentioned in another video, we did a play this summer where I played a pregnant character, and I kind of used that as an excuse to allow myself to gain a few pounds, and now going carnivore has allowed that to really come off almost effortlessly, and then also my waist has dropped by 2 inches, which was very exciting, not just in terms of I feel like I look better and my clothes fit better, but keeping that waistline to where it was when you were a young person also is a good indicator of metabolic health, which is going to help with preventing things like type 2 diabetes, metabolic disorders, dementia, Alzheimer's. These things all appear to be connected. If we can keep that waistline small, heart disease, looks like we've got evidence shows we have a better chance of avoiding some of these issues of aging, issues that we see as we live longer lives. All right, I want to talk about the original reason why I went carnivore, correct? It wasn't just for weight loss or waist loss. It was also about improving motivation. So I did find a study talking about the role of dopamine in motivation and learning, and understanding why this carnivore strategy has really opened my life back up and made me feel so much better. And that dopamine, so here's what's going on. When we have insulin resistance, which is often caused by too much carbohydrate, too much sugar, this is when blood sugar is high, Insulin gets pumped up to try to bring it down. We keep making more and more insulin to try to deal with all the sugar and carbohydrates we're eating, and then we develop insulin resistance. Well, once we lower that insulin resistance, we get higher dopamine sensitivity. So the high insulin, it's in conflict with dopamine signaling, dopamine creation, and sensitivity. So as we get that insulin resistance to cool off, the body responds to dopamine again. And when it starts responding to dopamine, we get better learning, better motivation, and we just simply enjoy life more. So another reason, go ahead, go carnivore, allow that dopamine to come back, because we're healing insulin resistance. I knew, looking back, now I understand that I've been dealing with insulin resistance since I was 3 or 4 years old. Back then, I had terrible cases of eczema. And now we know that that is that overgrowth of tissue that is eczema. Same kind of thing in psoriasis. This can show that we're dealing with insulin resistance, hyperinsulinemia, and that these are some of the issues that are caused. After the eczema, gum disease, weight gain, all of these things coming back to insulin resistance. What's the method? What's the solution? Go ahead and really drop those carbohydrates. Going low carb, going zero carb, or going carnivore. Now, speaking of stepping down, I did get a message from a gal saying, I'm a little scared to go carnivore because I'm worried about digestive issues. And I recommended a book to her from another doctor. And this book, Fiber Menace, by by Konstantin Monastyrsky. I know, it's a difficult name. And it's been around for a while, but Fiber Menace, the truth about the leading role of fiber in diet failure, constipation, hemorrhoids, etc. Oh boy, aren't you glad you tuned in for that? But if you're concerned about what might happen with your digestion, certainly carnivore is very, very low in fiber. You might want to take a look at this book. It's available on Amazon. I got it on Kindle. So that's my update for this week. Into a smaller size, waist is smaller, motivation is higher. Fiber Menace, take a look at that if you're concerned about digestion. And then, of course, Depression, Insomnia, Anxiety, How I Healed It All by Leonid Altshuler, MD. And this is on Kindle Unlimited, also on Amazon. So it all comes together. And you have to wonder which comes first, the horse or the cart. Is the insulin resistance first? Is the depression first? Is the weight gain first? But one of the things is that I found is that by going carnivore and by eating essentially eggs, meat, fish, chicken, pork, some bacon, sometimes some cheese, my dairy, some cheese, and then a little bit of heavy cream in my coffee. The only sweetener I use is liquid stevia. That by going carnivore and eliminating the carbohydrates from my diet, appetite normalized, motivation normalized, my sleep is fantastic. I sleep like a baby, fall asleep, wake up without an alarm, totally refreshed. Anxiety is lower. It just feeling fantastic about this. I have my final week. A week from now, I'll be coming back, ending up week 12. And then my intention is that I am going to experiment with adding some above ground vegetables back. And I'm going to start with just a salad each day with some low fiber, with lettuce, cucumber, and tomato. Just a simple salad, not too high in fiber, because you certainly don't want to go with really super high fiber vegetables, because that could definitely mess up your digestion coming back. So going to take it really easy, take it one step at a time. If it doesn't work, and I will go ahead and go back and go to mostly meat. And I would like to leave you with kind of my new saying that I've discovered since I've been doing this experiment. And it's this: now that I eat mostly meat, I eat less of everything, including meat. And I'm eating less really effortlessly. I'm eating less because I want less. And you know that old saying, happiness isn't having. Happiness isn't having what you want, it's wanting what you have. And now I have these simple foods. That's what I want. and then I can move on and live my life. And in a few hours, I get to go and sing with the choir. We're going to Skyline. We're going to a retirement home to sing. And it feels so good to be back singing with people, enjoying life, and feeling just a little bit more secure about myself as a person. And a lot of that, I'm so really grateful for everyone who has watched. The views are coming up, the subscribers are coming up, and I just want to thank you for watching, subscribing, and for liking. And I wish you all the health and happiness that you desire on your journey. See you in 1 week, week 12. Thanks for watching. Make it a wonderful day.